We start with breaking news. People living in the Modesto area near the Tuolumne River are now being told they have to leave their homes right now. This impacts people living east of 9th Street and West Avon between River Road and the Tuolumne River.
The evacuation warning was upgraded to an order just 30 minutes ago. The Salvation Army Modesto Red Shield Center is taking people in.
And thank you for joining us on this Friday before daylight saving time. I'm Laura Painter.
And I'm Chris Thomas. We are tracking several watches and warnings still in effect across the area. Tonight, some people are dealing with the ceiling caving in on their homes and businesses.
Our Devin Truby's in Pollock Pines, where there have been several collapses, and a Safeway grocery store is now at risk too. And we want to get to Devin right now. Devin, you've been taking a look at damage there in the area all day. Tell us the situation where you're at right now.
Well, Chris, Laura, I'm in front of one of those collapses right now that has just been devastating to the community and a business owner. Take a look at Ruth's Dolls and Memories. The roof has caved in, the air conditioning unit just teetering there on the top. And we're going to show you the dramatic moment when it all came crashing down. It started as a crack. 5 seconds later, the roof and all of its snow falling through. A complete collapse. And then you start to see it slightly snow inside Ruth's Dolls and Memories. This happened on Tuesday. By Wednesday, it was red tagged unsafe to enter. Owner Marlene Ruth says it's too painful for her to come here and see it like this versus when ABC 10 got a tour in 2017 of the museum in all its glory. But we were able to speak with her on the phone.
This was my dream, and it's still my dream. It's kind of a nightmare right now. All I can tell you is that it's been horrendous.
This is her life, starting her collection in 1965.
I have lots of dolls that their heads fell off, and they got broken, but I do repair, and I will be able to put it back together, but it's just going to cost a lot of money, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it.
The hope that Ruth's Dolls and Memories doesn't become just that, a memory. She's invested her entire life into the business.
It was beautiful. It looked like Disneyland when you walked in. And like I say, I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, I'm just in awe.
2 miles down the foggy road, the Pollock Pines Safeway is at risk of the same thing. The county cleared them to remain open. Leonard River, the Sandman, who's managing the project, says this is the 6th time since the store opened in 2000 that he's relocated snow from the Safeway roof. But after 30 years in the business, his tip to everyone with a roof is this.
Put black plastic over all the snow so it doesn't absorb water. And then walk on it so you got water puddles on the plastic. And then the snow runs off sort of sooner or later instead of absorbing in.
The 20-person crew was helped by a crane putting snow blowers on the roof to speed up the process, but it's still a multiple-day job. The owner says there were about 6,000 dolls inside, potentially losing $1 million here, maybe even more. And with the rain and snow coming this weekend, the concern that this could happen again and to someone else here in the foothills, it is very strong for residents. Chris, Laura.
Devin, it's just terrible to see. We asked Safeway Corporate if this would impact any store hours or any items that they carry. We haven't heard back. Devin, thank you.
Well, now to Ileton tonight with more rain on the way. People are trying to prevent flooding. I want you to take a look at this. The floodgates are now up at Vieira's Resort. The metal gates are reinforced by sandbags. They're working to prevent the boat slips in mobile home community from flooding. Resort officials have been tracking water levels since January.
I think we're in really good shape. It's just, it's a little dicey with a possible atmospheric river coming in on Monday and Tuesday, so we would just like to kind of stay ahead of the game so we don't have to hustle at the very end.
And he says residents of the mobile home community are all also ready with bottled water, food, generators, and propane tanks just in case they need it.
And taking a live look over our area right now, downtown Sacramento on one side and Palisades Tahoe Ski Resort on the other. Really, what a difference a day makes. But Carly, the big concern now is snow melt, with flooding threatening many communities.
Yeah, we expect a lot of that rain and that snow melt to continue running into the rivers. And the peak forecast stage here for those river flooding is actually for your Saturday, as we do expect that to be the highest time we'll see those rivers running. Take a look at how much rain we've seen in the last, really since midnight here. About anywhere from about 0.4 to about a ½ inch there from Sacramento to Stockton. Almost 3/4 of an inch in Fairfield and over an inch in Placerville. An inch and about a third there for areas of Sonora. So a lot of that rain hitting different areas of the valley to the foothill spots. Now I want to talk about the reservoirs as well as some of the releases that we've been seeing here. Shasta, we're looking right now about 62% of capacity. Right now, Oroville at 75, 60 at Folsom. So we're getting close to some areas where they want to make sure we have at least flood control situations. So they are releasing water out of Shasta, about 3250 there cubic feet per second. Not too much considering how big Shasta is. Releases there at Oroville, 15,000 cubic feet per second. Brandon Rittiman was there. We'll have more on that story. And then the spillway that they've opened, 30,000 cubic feet per second at Folsom. Now, the rivers here, we have seen some differences now. We are seeing the McCullough River and now the Tuolumne River. Although getting high, they're no longer in the red zone here for flood stage or exceeding Cosumnes rivers at Michigan Bar. McConnell still looking at a forecast here to be above flood stage. Of course, we'll get you more information in the latest on the forecast for the rivers coming up.
Carly, thank you. The Oroville Spillway was opened for the first time in just about 4 years to maintain safe levels at Lake Oroville.
ABC 10's Brandon Rittiman was there surveying the spillway and has a closer look at the process.
If there's an unofficial image that means your drought days are over, you're looking at it. That's the Oroville Spillway. Officials activated it around noon today, and our cameras were rolling when they did. And I have to say, standing at the base of this thing, you get a whole new appreciation for the power of nature. The weight and force of all of the water coming down this spillway was really something to see. Interestingly, this is only the second time this spillway has been used since the 2017 incident where mass evacuations were forced in Butte County because of a failing dam structure. Officials now feel very confident about this spillway. They say they were out here with engineers watching it the last time it was turned on in 2019, and today they're not experiencing any problems with it whatsoever. The reason they're doing all this is to get ready for the massive storm system that has just begun to pummel us, the second real big system of atmospheric river storms. The idea is to make sure Lake Oroville has plenty of room.
The operation of the spillway is intended to keep the lake at a certain elevation so we can hold reserve storage for upcoming storms to provide flood protection.
The water management at play here is really like trying to thread a needle. They're bleeding out Lake Oroville into the Feather River, but they want to make sure that they leave enough room for all the snow melt that's going to be happening in the spring. At the end of it all, water managers do expect to have a full Lake Oroville headed into the summer season, and that is a good sign for everyone. In Butte County, Brandon Rittiman, ABC 10 News.
Oh, that force of water astounding. Well, keep in mind, the lake was only at about 75% capacity and could have held more water. But with rapid snowmelt, officials wanted to release early to avoid complications.
And the governor did ask for federal help, and just hours ago, the president approved the declaration. Now, here's the deal. This is the second emergency declaration in just the past 2 months. It covers 34 counties across the state, and 17 of those are in this area.
People living in the Lake Tahoe area need to be on the lookout for price gouging. This is surrounding the several feet of snow clogging roads and weighing down homes. People in the area report quotes of up to $20,000 for snow removal on roofs. This is against the law. The county is asking you to contact the Attorney General's office. We have that contact information on our website, abc10.com.
You can always find the latest information on weather conditions, road and school closures, and much more on our free ABC 10 app. You can also upload your photos and videos, and you might just see them right here on ABC 10.